starting off with the new comics, I messed up. This week. I double dipped. I bought two that I shouldn't have. What's going on, comic book fans? We are back at it once again. It is new comic book day. My bad, I have been slacking. I meant to do a whole pulls video and everything like that before the week started, new comics for this week, but I've been so busy I just haven't been able to have time to do that. But anyways, it is new comic book day, so we're about to head to the comic book store and get our comics. Yes sir, yes sir. But I'm not gonna lie, this week is gonna be kind of light. I think I only have like 3 on my pull list this week. Last week I had like 7 or 8. Last week was definitely my heaviest week, I'm pretty sure. But October 1st is going to be my heaviest week ever so far. I think I have like 11 pulls for that day or something like that. Something crazy. But like I said, it's going to be a light week. We're going to pick up some pulls. We're going to pick up some extra stuff. I know a couple things came out this week that I might check out. So we're going to see. I'll see you when I pick them up. Hey man, another successful trip to the comic book store, man. I'm pretty excited for this week's pickups. It's not even that much. I think it's like 6 comics. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6 comics. Not even nothing crazy. But I'm excited for this week's pickups. I almost picked up a couple things just for the covers. Like I really want like a cover wall, or not an entire wall, but like a little piece of my wall covered in just Alex Ross's paintings, cover paintings. Yeah, those are hard. I like those a lot. I follow him on Twitter and he tweets out every day like a couple covers, and they're just so good, man. I want all of them. There's a one Cyclops one in there that I wanted so bad, him and Havoc, but they were 10 a piece, and I just couldn't justify doing that right now because it's such a light week. I think I'm gonna wait for a lighter week. I think next week I might do it. I think I only have 2 pulls. That just didn't make any sense. I said it didn't make sense because it was a light week, but it didn't make sense because I added on to a light week. So I want like, a week where I won't have any other covers. There was so many things I looked for that they didn't have. Like they didn't have the new Gods. I was a little bit upset about that. The number 10, I believe it came out today. Maybe it didn't come out today. New Gods. They had the new Batman and Robin, but I can't find 24, I believe. 24 is starting to get like Wonder Woman number 7 to me, where I might just have to skip it. Same thing with Justice League Unlimited 6. Why doesn't that exist? Like, is that just a short printing? There's another one too. There's a third one. Battle Beast number 3. Where that at? They literally had like 10 copies of 1, like 10 copies of 2, and then so many copies of 4, but 0 number 3s. I was kind of like, bro, what are we doing? But I love my LCS. Not to diss them. I got so many comic book stores around the area that I could just get up and go see if they have it. But I'm low-key a little lazy. Plus, I don't want to break the budget. I did this like a couple weeks ago where I like went out, got caught up on all the things that I was behind, and like got a couple trades. And I ended up spending like $150. That's ridiculous. So I had to limit myself to $50. But I'm yapping. Let's get back to the crib and cover these comics, or HQ as I like to call it. Just like that, we back at HQ with the comics really quick. We're going to go over my top 5 from last week, and then we'll get into the new comics and talk about them. And boomski, that'll be everything for today. So this week's top 5, we got 4 physical copies like usual, or usually I got 5. And then we got 1 off Unlimited, because that's usually where I do all my Marvel reading, especially older Marvel stuff that isn't like currently coming out. I will always read on Unlimited just because I have it, and that's what I started reading comics with. But let's get into it. At number 1, we have Imperial War Nova Centurion. I love Nova, and I love this story about Nova. It's him connecting with the World Mind, and then also dealing with all the other stuff that's going on with Imperial War. I don't want to spoil it, but it is really cool. I really like all these single issues, like one-offs of the story. So you have this one, you have She-Hulk, Exiles, and Black Panther. Those are the 4. All of them were phenomenal. I like them all a lot. If I had to rank them all each for like the week I read them, they would all probably be number 1 or 2 in their respective weeks. Next up, we got Absolute Batman. Hopefully you can see these covers good. This is another banger. I'm super hyped to see this fight. I want to see Croc and Batman fight Bane. I think that's going to be super interesting. And then also the interactions with Croc and Batman are super good. They are so good. So good. Everything that's going on in this Batman is just it's so fresh and new, but at the same time it's like stuff we knew from the past, just being Batman's story. But it's just written so good. I can't even say that much. Next up, we got Green Lantern number 6. I was hoping it would pick up a little bit more than it did, but I'm still not upset with it. I like a lot of the things that's going on in the story implications, but again, it's a little slow, especially for people who aren't like super into Green Lantern. They might not like this as much. So I'm not surprised when people rank this pretty low out of all the absolutes, just because it is so slow. So, honestly, The Flash, funny enough, suffers from the same thing, which is unfortunate, but we gonna see. And for the last physical copy, we got Green Arrow Reunion. As you can see, I got it for $5. This was at like a little Memorial Day weekend sale. I believe I put it in last week's video, but I finally finished it and it was phenomenal. I don't really know about Green Arrow. The only thing I really know was the show on Netflix, and that's about it. I've never really been interested in Green Arrow. He's just kind of like an archer. Same thing with Hawkeye. I've never really been interested in them. But after reading this and like seeing his whole, like the Arrow family, I guess you would call it, it was super interesting. The story itself was interesting. You had things of time travel. You had like 2 different groups kind of going at it, and it didn't really affect the story pacing, switching back and forth from the groups. That's what I've noticed sometimes happens when you have multiple perspectives in these comics. But it didn't do that. It was all refreshing, and they came together at the end amazingly. So I'm super hyped to continue picking up these trades. I think there might be like 5 trades right now, maybe 6. I'm not sure, but I know it's quite a bit of reading to catch up on. It's kind of like the Green Lantern series that I've been reading. It's a little bit to catch up on, but I think this is worth it. And then number 5, we have a title on Unlimited. I'll probably put it somewhere on the screen, and that is X-Men 2019. So this is basically is it the first? I think it's the first, because I read the series leading into this, Power of X and House of X. Yeah. So this is the first like true Krakoa era series. Not first, but I'm saying like this is where the Krakoa begins. So you see like the early days, them rescuing some of the kid mutants coming in. It's very focused on Cyclops, which I love Cyclops, so I've been eating that story up. It's written really well. I've only read issue 1. I'm excited to get into issue 2. I have a pretty fat pile of unread. Matter of fact, I can show you guys. This is everything that I still need to read from the past couple weeks, not including 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trades that I have in there. I have 2 DC compacts, and then like a Geiger, 2 of the Massiveverse, and then a Batman and Robin that I still need to read. But that is the top 5 for this week, so let's get into the new comics. Starting off with the new comics, I messed up this week. I double dipped. I bought 2 that I shouldn't have, and it's this one, Wonder Woman number 8. I copped this last week. If you saw last week's video, I was talking to the owner of my LCS, just kind of telling him how like I read number 6, started looking for 7 to read that continuation of the Hades story, and I just could not find 7. He was telling me, yeah, like shipments, and I was showing him, I was like, but I got this one because, a new story starts here, and then this is the one that I need to get. And like just talking about different comics and stuff, I had both of them in my hand, and I put 9 back, so I kept 8 without even like realizing it. But unfortunately, I might do a giveaway or give it to one of my IRL friends. If none of them want it, then I'll probably do a giveaway probably on the TikTok because it has a bigger following. But next up, we got Flash number 7. Again, I hope this one picks up. It was pretty slow, surprisingly, for being Flash. I like the cover a lot, the blues. It's been very red covers, and now this is a pretty blue cover with a little bit of red. Hopefully you guys can see all that. But I'm hoping it picks up this week because there was a fight with, well, I don't want to say who, but one of his rogues, one of his many rogues. I think they've shown like 6 of his rogues in that line, but you haven't really seen any fights or any really story developments. You kind of just see Wally loses his mind, I guess. I'm trying to do without spoilers, but I think it's not a bad comic line, but it's definitely, in my opinion, the lowest in absolute, but it's still a pretty high tier comic. I think it'll read really well in trade once it comes out, but I'm hoping number 7 picks up. Next up, we got Exquisite Corpses. This one's really, really good. If you haven't read this is kind of like a Hunger Games mixed with Squid Games in a way. Like, you're not going to an island or anything like Squid Games, but it is like Squid Games in the sense that it's controlled by the higher ups, like, you know, the leaders of the world, if you will. I don't want to give away too much, but and then Hunger Games, I'll let your imagination run wild with that, but it's super interesting. I was kind of skeptical at first, but I seen so many people recommend it. I got it recommended to me like 2 or 3 times on my LCS before I picked it up, and then I finally read 1 through 3, and I'm hooked. And I still got, I think that was 5. Yeah, I still have 4 and 5 to read. Next up, we got my first red band, which is Marvel Zombies. I've never read a Marvel Zombies, but this is a red band, so it should be a little bit more explicit, a little bit more gory. And it's Fantastic Four, so I'm super interested to see how they mix up the Fantastic Four in there. And we got 3 more. Next up is Green Lantern number 24. If you've seen any of my content before, you know this is like the most committed series that I've been to. They're still fighting Starbreaker and Sorrow. But this story has been pretty long. It's been 4 trades, and this is number 24. I think I started getting them at like 18 or 17. That's where the 4th trade left off of. But it's also a couple other connecting series. Like you have, if you're reading from the very beginning, you have Green Lantern Corps War Journals. You have, there was like a offshoot Guy Gardner series that got featured in one of them. And then you have the main Green Lanterns. And then once you catch up, you have Green Lantern Corps and the Green Lantern series. So it's a lot of reading. It's a lot. I got a little bit behind on Green Lantern Corps because I can't find number 4, and I don't want to skip to 5. So next up, we got Justice League Red. This is another really cool one. It's like a covert ops team that has Cyborg and a Green Lantern, so you already know I'm going to eat that up. It's really cool because not even the Justice League knows about it, so they kind of deal with issues that are more apocalyptic, I guess, that like the Justice League can't really handle. I don't know, it's only been 1 issue, and they kind of describe what the team is for. Red Tornado has, but it's kind of like the B team to come clean up things when the A team, aka the Justice League, is too busy, and right now they're super busy. And then last but not least, we have my favorite comic line right now, which is the Ultimates. It speaks for itself. I mean, we're seeing like people put Ultimate stickers in real life, talking about save the Ultimates. So it's, you know, when media has impact in real life like that, you know it's like a good story. Dennis Camp, he's a beast, man. What can I say? I believe his first name is Dennis, but Camp is a beast. This series has been a super good introduction to comics, or reintroduction, I guess. And it's honestly what kept me so consistent, because I just cannot put this story down. Anytime a new Ultimate comes out, I get like a little girl, all giddy and excited like a child, because it's really just that good. So that's pretty much everything I have for this week. That was the new comics, my top 5. We did a little intro. The video's probably not that long, but that might be better, so hopefully I can get it out today on Wednesday, not like Thursday or Friday like I did last time. But if you're new, appreciate you tuning in. Hopefully you guys had a good Wednesday, new comic book day. Hopefully you had a bunch of comics to read and whatnot today, and I will catch you on the next one.